This is something that a lot of men today go through.
I always said little shit on the internet like, oh, I don't see how dads can't be in they son life and this and that. It be the mom, bro. It don't even be the dads for real. Like the dads want to be there, but if the mom ain't don't want you to be there, you can't be there. Like I was there the whole process. I should have just as much say so as possible. It's not cool, bro.
And it's sad because when we kind of look at situations like this, we look at it as like it's a joke in society. But in actuality, this is one of the biggest reasons why a lot of men out here are falling short on life, because we feel like we hopeless. No one likes to hear us cry. They talk about man up. They call us deadbeats. You go on social media, you able to bash. You able to talk about how bad we are, because if it's not financial, then we don't mean anything. Like it doesn't mean anything to be able to hug your daughter or hug your son, take them for walks, take them to daycare, pick them up, do the things they want to do. Because let's be real, as a man, just from a parent speaking, I feel for dudes that's not there for their kids and they want to be. And you find out that the ones that's on the outside looking in that don't have kids and never dealt with this, they don't have a family that they go home to, they normally have a different perspective of life. Men that normally have kids normally know what it feels like when a separation happens. And I know, like people always say, not people, you hear people with no kind of brain, no kind of sense of anything say, well, if you pick right, or you should have married her. None of that means anything. Does it mean anything when a mom is a parent? Do the kid get taken away from her? Do you go to court and the court say, hey, you're going to pay that man such and such funds because it's the best for the child? They don't care what's best for the child. They care about what's best for the courts. Courts are set up to extort you through funds. And if you think I'm lying, look up the percentages that they make. And you look at the woman, they brag online about their child support check came. They literally have on social media women posting clips and talking about what they're going to do with their child support. I seen one girl say, yo, what do y'all normally do with your child support? This is my first check. I was like, wow. Like, you can blatantly just disrespect men the way that you do today and talk like this. But we at a time now where as though now the child rate of kids being born has went down tremendously. And people act dumb, found it as clueless as to why. Why? Why would it not go down? Why would it go up? If you look at what's going on today when it comes to child custody, when it comes to fathers being fathers, you see that fathers are getting the short end of the stick. Not only are you getting the short end of the stick, but we also being ran through financially. And it comes down to, what do you wish for? Do you wish for peace? Do you wish for to be able to go through life, be able to take care of your bills, and to be comfortable? That's why a lot of dudes are now starting to look at having kids as a downfall, because it's used against us. Of course, as men, we can strong arm, but this is the thing. You will go to jail if you try to forcefully get your kid, because your kid is looked at as your second tier. It's funny how the U.S. talks about how, not the U.S., people in particular talk about it's the lack of fathers. Let's not talk about the lack of fathers no more. Let's talk about how women are utilizing the court systems and penalizing men. Every time you get mad, you think you can forcefully just do whatever you want. But the sad part about it is you can't forcefully do whatever you want. So what you do is you take us to court. You allow the court to intervene and come between the fathers and their kids, because you know that the courts are now going to see it your way. You know, and when you kind of look at that, you also know that we're in a losing battle. When you had people like Tyrese online crying, letting you know that their pain that they're feeling, what you see? A bunch of men going on there talk about, look at this dude crying, making memes. But in actuality, this is how men end up crashing out. No one says anything when everything falls apart. One of the biggest red flags that I notice, like when it comes to child custody issues and stuff like that, is the manipulation factor. When the child is actually with their mom, and their mom is talking very negative of you, and she's basically controlling that kid, their emotions, also threatening them. This is one of the reasons why, like, if you ever notice when you look up certain matters that end up happening, and they end up covering it very little on the news. When you see a mother lose her control, her only control is the kid. So when they normally lose the control of the kid, you'll notice that they end up, you see a lot of cases where the mother actually end up unliving the kid. You're starting to see that a lot. It's a reason for that. When you think about when a person loses their power to try to control or manipulate, and when they can't manipulate, they try to financially make you struggle by putting you through the court system. And the court system already know what they're doing. It's a money grab. It's an extortion tactic. This is why when you see many cases like this, the man sometimes, in some cases, depending on the financial state that he end up giving up. They always say fight. That's funny when you say fight. A woman never had to fight. It's already given. It's the man that have to put in majority of the work and the resources, then damn near basically go broke in order to get their kid that's actually theirs. Something has to change. And the only way for there to be an actual change, men got to really start to reform their mindset and actually start to come together. And that's the problem. That's something that we have not seen, but it looks like that men are starting to see each other as, look, we really do have to start thinking differently about the way we feel about each other. Men really do come together when we're around a small circle. But when we come in big groups, we definitely have to start to bind together and support each other. And that's hard to do because throughout the years, men have not been able to do that because we're very territorial, which is understandable. We don't trust each other. But at the end of the day, it's a survival tactic. But now we are in survival mode, whereas though we have to actually back each other and make courts and a system change to start to make things fair. Nothing is fair when you try to make money off the backs of hard workers. And that's the problem. When you're a hard worker, you get penalized. When you're a bum, you get taken care of because it leaves you stagnated and it leaves you a slave out here. They don't want that. They want you to be hard working and to work even harder in order to upkeep giving them money. This is one of the reasons why the harder you work, the more money they try to take from you. This is why something does have to change, because we can't keep having men out here falling short and feeling hopeless and losing their livelihood, all because we're being extorted. Something has to change, and it has to come soon. This is not the economy where as though you can be playing around with people no more. We at the time now where as though men don't even look at women the same. We look at women as enemies, whereas though we love our women, but to a certain extent. Me, I don't really look at women that way, but I see the foulness just from seeing it. But I don't have to be in a foul relationship, even though I'm going through a separation. But we're not in a bad place. But at the same time, I'm not dumb. I have dealt with women that was very vindictive and very foul. I remember a female one time talking about she couldn't wait till the child support hit, and at that time I didn't think it was something that was eye-opening to me. I just heard her say it and she was talking to me, but it didn't cross my mind that way because I already had my motives. I was getting what I wanted, so it didn't really affect me. But then as you become older and you end up having kids and whatnot, you start looking at things differently and realize, wow, we are definitely dealing with wild times. As men, I'll tell you right now, we really do have to sharpen up and start to back each other and get things changed. Can't keep seeing men out here losing their life because they feel like life is hopeless. It's time for them to start standing up and we start supporting each other. Alright? It's the only way change is going to happen.